Good morning, good evening, whatever time of day it is for you. Welcome to this thing that I do called Thor's Entertainment. I am Thor, and today I'm doing another Fatal Friday video. Now, Fatal Friday is this series where I casually go into the Mortal Kombat Kombat League in Mortal Kombat 1. Once I am there, I try to get unique finishers for the various main roster and cameo fighters for that game. This week I am breaking out the character Nitara. I'm going to be pairing her up with the cameo fighter Frost. And together we are going to be going after Nitara's brutality, Come Here Often. Now, Come Here Often is the brutality version of Nitara's special attack titled Quick Taste. As a vampire, it only makes sense that Nitara would have a special attack that would cause her to be drinking the blood of her enemies, and Quick Taste is that attack. Now, whenever you execute Quick Taste, Nitara lunges at her enemy, grabs a hold of them, takes a chunk out of their neck, and drinks their blood. If you were to pair that up with a blood sacrifice special attack, you actually get a little bit of health back for draining the enemy of their blood. So that's a nice little touch and a good benefit whenever you can do it. Keeping that in mind, that's kind of why I like to pair up Nitara with Frost and Sub-Zero.
There's no way I'm going to be your dinner.
Of course not. You're the appetizer.
Take one. Action!
Anytime you can freeze the enemy, you can usually get a free blood sacrifice and then combo into the Quick Taste special attack and get a little bit of health back. After using both Sub-Zero and Frost, I would say it's a little bit easier to do with Sub-Zero because most of the attacks whenever you cancel into Sub-Zero's freeze leave the opponent in close enough range that you have time to do the blood sacrifice and then a full combo. Sometimes with Frost, it seems like there's a little bit more pushback, so you're not as close, and sometimes you can literally miss the opportunity to combo the opponent by just like a fraction of a second. They'll thaw out and then be able to block you. Now that's not always the case, but it seems like that happens a good amount whenever I'm using Frost. But whenever you use Frost, you do have a little bit of a mix-up against the opponent. Whenever you use her overhead combo, you can condition the enemy to get used to you hitting that overhead, but instead eventually you can cancel into Frost, who does a low attack which ends up freezing the enemy. That's what I like to do whenever I pair up Nitara with Frost, and that's what you're going to see a little bit in this video. But yeah, in order to get the Come Here Often brutality, all you have to do is execute the Quick Taste special attack, and make sure that is the attack that depletes the enemy's health, and then you need to be hitting any of the buttons very, very rapidly. Now, normally, I just go ahead and do the triangle button or the 2 button because the combination to do that special attack is back forward 2. So since I already have to hit 2 to get the special attack to come out anyway, that's the one I'm usually going to be hitting over and over and over again in order to get the brutality to initiate. Now, I personally think that Come Here Often is probably Nitara's easiest brutality to get, and that's just because it can pretty much be canceled into from every single combo that she has.
Brutality! Nitara wins.
And there it is, the Come Here Often brutality for Nitara. But yeah, you saw what I did. I used Frost to freeze the enemy, I did a quick combo to launch him into the air, and before smoke could hit the ground, I used the Quick Taste attack, and then I turned it into the brutality, and then we were done with the fights. I guess that is kind of the luxury of having a cameo that freezes the enemy. If they're on low enough health, you pretty much guarantee that you are going to get the brutality. Nice to have that peace of mind.
Ashra is hunting for you.
She better hope she doesn't find me.
Take one. Action!
Now, this recording is actually taking place in Season 3 for the Kombat League. Whenever I first got this brutality, it was actually during Season 2. I had already recorded that. In fact, I had already made an entire video about that. And that was supposed to be posted this week on YouTube, but, well, for one reason or another, I kept calling this brutality by the wrong name the entire video, and I did not catch it until after I had already deleted the original video, so yeah, unfortunately I had to go back into the Kombat League and do this one more time. Personally, I think the original recording was just a little bit better because I managed to get the brutality on a much more impressive combo than I do in this one, but I still get it here, so I'm going to go ahead and highlight it anyway. On the plus side, since this is Season 3, we get a little bit of intro dialogue between Nitara and Smoke, and we didn't get that before whenever I was doing my original recording, so at least we're getting something a little bit different. So with this brutality, there's actually a weird little quirk about it, where you can use the special attack on the ground or in the air. But you can only do the brutality version of the special attack if you are on the ground. If you do it in the air, it's just not going to happen. There are a couple of ways around this, like if you are in the air whenever you deplete the enemy's health, you can just do the meter burn version of the quick taste attack. You'll kick the enemy in the air again, but you will land on the ground before they hit the ground. So you will have the opportunity to execute the special attack again at ground level, and if you do that, then you can still do the brutality. So that's just another example of using quick taste to combo into quick taste and then turn it into a brutality. There was actually an opportunity for me to do that in this video, but I dropped it. Unfortunately, it would have been really cool to show off exactly what I am talking about, but well, missed opportunity, unfortunately. But with that being said, at the time I was very determined to try and get this brutality 2 times in a row, that way I could fully highlight it in this episode. That is kind of something I like to do, is whenever I have the opportunity to do these brutalities back to back, I'll go ahead and do that and make the most of the recording time. Now, I do not always get the back-to-back brutality, so it's not always the case that those end up in my videos, but that is the goal. There are definitely certain ones that I am perfectly fine only having one of because they were hard enough to get in the first place. And right there, I almost had the brutality a second time, but like I mentioned earlier, I did not land the same special attack when I was on the ground, which means I could not do the brutality, and we just went straight to the finish him screen. It would have been cool to get back-to-back brutalities, but, well, what can you do? At least we got it once. Alright, with that brutality out of the way, we will go ahead and initiate the outro and get this video wrapped up. At the very end of the outro, I'll go ahead and show the brutality one more time. That way we get to enjoy it one more time before we conclude everything. So yeah, like I said, this is probably the easiest of Nitara's brutalities to get, so it seemed only fitting that that be the first brutality of hers I highlighted in one of these Fatal Friday videos. After this though, I will be showing all of her gameplay from back in Season 2, since that's when I got all of her other fatalities and brutalities. Normally I would say with this being technically the newest of the gameplay I have for Nitara that it should be a little bit better than the other stuff, but in all actuality, I have not played Nitara in a while before I caught the fact that I deleted the video without it being accurate and I had to record it again. So this is actually probably some of my worst Nitara gameplay. So maybe there won't necessarily be a huge drop-off in quality whenever we return to the Season 2 videos. I don't know, we will see. Anyway, that is going to be it this week for the Fatal Friday series on Thor's Entertainment. And again, I am Thor. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy future videos. If you do happen to enjoy what you are seeing, consider checking out the other videos I have on the channel. I do have some other Mortal Kombat related things like playthroughs of the various story modes, so maybe you'll enjoy that as well. But that is going to be it. Take care, and I will see you all next time.
Brutality. Nitara wins.